And
Okay. Somebody's in trouble. She has finally managed to kill it. She has managed to finally make a total fool out of herself. If you had any questions about if Meghan was jealous of Catherine, now you can put that bed to rest because, honey, Meghan is pulling no punches. It is time for King Charles to say something because we know the truth. But those that don't know, Meghan puts bugs in people's ears by saying that she's racist and she's one of them. It wasn't a mistake that this happened. Then that would mean all this drama that follows Meghan is accidental. It's an accident that they had the 2-hour car chase. No, honey. Meghan has managed to piss a lot of people off. They're ready to take her titles. And without her titles, she is nothing. If they strip her with her titles, she would be pissed. And us Americans will be looking like, whoa, you got stripped. And we would understand. Because at some point you have to stop people from just constantly trashing you to the point where it could affect your reputation and your ability to work. Because when Meghan is calling them racist, then when they go on these royal visits and they have to face those that believe them, they're yelling out racist and are you racist because of something her sister-in-law. Meghan was worried about, oh, Catherine didn't come and help me when I was going through my mental struggles. First of all, she didn't know because I'm sure she didn't. And second of all, look how you're treating her now. You just called her racist to the entire world. You did. And you can't tell me. And then guess what? When her kids grow up, they're going to know that you said that too. But it's okay, Meghan. This fantasy game that you played are going to get people hurt here and destroy things. Meghan's shenanigans has become dangerous I believe. If you don't stop the danger from coming, it will destroy you. And Meghan is hell bent on doing that. She can't do that. But I know this for a fact. She would stop saying my name. She would. And I'm sorry, King Charles, but it's on. And I would shut it down. And I would just do it like she did before. Meghan is not being truthful. None of that is being truthful. Recollection still varies. And we have handled whatever situation Meghan thought that she was going through. I wouldn't say that. But she would definitely get a phone call. But then if she get a phone call, then she'll tape it in. Like Angela Levin said, you can't give them what they want. They want retaliation. Meghan would love that. She's trying her best to get a reaction from them. Oh, yeah, because Harry said this is the only way that they can settle anything was to come on the Oprah show and all of that. This was the only way that they were going to be able to make money and stay in Montecito for Meghan. And see, what's interesting about this is that the royal family said, go on, Meghan, go do what you're going to do. We'll continue to support you from over here and, whatever. And all the time that she's been over here, she's been on an full attack mode on the royal family, and she was only in it for a year. I know I say that a lot, but it's just interesting to me that all this is going on. And most of it is just petty. If you sit back and you listen to yourself, oh, she wasn't there for her. But it becomes dangerous. And if I had a vote, I think this would be the time to take her titles. even though it will damage her brand, because all she has is the Duchess of Sussex. Without the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan is back where she started. And I don't know if I don't feel sorry for her. No, because there's no accountability. She's ready for the next blow. They're not done. Meghan loves to do this stuff. She loves being in the news. She loves these bombshells. And I think she gets a high from it. I believe it. Okay. I want to do a Piers Morgan. Hold on. Piers Morgan is back. Piers Morgan is back. And he's not happy.
Claims about supposed racists in the royal family have left a predictable and poisonous legacy for the last few years. We live in an age where grievances are given the benefit of the doubt, where the establishment is toxic by default, where my truth apparently means more than the truth. They knew the power their words would hold, and many people across the world took their words at face value. Now, almost 3 years on, Britain is still dealing with the fallout from this.
And also concerns and conversations about how dark his skin might be when he's born.
What? About how dark your baby is going to be?
Potentially, and what that would mean or look like.
Hold up.
There's
Stop
several
right now.
What mean? What would look like? What the hell is she talking about? That's what Oprah should have asked her. What? This is what's going to happen. If we ever get to the bottom of this stupidity, and I honestly thought that we had. I thought that we had nicked this in the bud. That it was a lie. It wasn't true. Period. But unlike Piers Morgan, let's just keep going.
There's several conversations.
There's a conversation with you.
There's a conversation with you. Oprah is not loving this. When Oprah's name is being flied around, moved around, and shaken about, Oprah doesn't want this kind of publicity. She gave her the platform to start the lie. And now they have attacked America's princess, because she's our princess too. Let me say that again. Catherine is our princess too. Meghan is not our princess, and she's about to find out. I really think that she has really messed up this time. I really do. I think more and more people are calling for her titles to be stripped, because you have to put an end to it, or it'll just continue and continue and continue. But I don't know, maybe it's good that it continues. They just keep putting their own self in the hole. This is not going to do any favors to her popularity, to her relevance. But for the life of me, I just don't understand, how do you keep fighting your meal ticket without you being, it's not that you're just married to a prince, you're connected to the royal dynasty. You know, here's the thing. My videos before, sometimes I used to think that I would go too hard on her. I'd be like, oh, that was a little hard, Tisha. No, it wasn't. It wasn't at all. This is why she deserved that. They're not talking about the racism anymore. They were talking about Meghan and Harry. They're really talking about Meghan, because they know who said it. Because Meghan is jealous of Catherine. She wished she was Catherine. And since she's not, she's trying to defame her. And she can't do it herself, so she has to use the people. She uses Tyler Perry. She uses Oprah. She uses people. She's a big user. And so the other people that are trying to get something from them, they just want it so bad. Omid Scobie, he just wants to be famous so bad. I'll just link on to them. But he wants to say, oh, he can't be in, he's not the royal correspondence anymore because of his relationship with Meghan and Harry. You don't say. Let's get to it. Come on, give me something, Pierce.
You
With Harry.
about
With Harry.
how dark your baby is going to be?
Potentially, and what that would mean or look like.
Okay. Don't think I've been drinking wine all day. This is my second glass. No, first. First glass, because I think I had, yeah, second. Moving on.
And you're not going to tell me who had the conversation?
I think that would be very damaging to them.
So if you thought it would be very damaging, then why are you sitting on Oprah's show talking about it? So if Catherine is this bad person and you're supposed to be this great person, what made you great? Because the whole time, all I hear Meghan talking about is how bad they were. She never talks about how she was, or there's no freaking accountability at all. This girl is a mess. I've never seen anything like it before in my life that can attack, blame, and pat themselves on the back, use and abuse, bullying. You can't tell me this isn't bullying the royal family. She flat out and told us that it was Catherine, and Catherine was nowhere to be found. She was at home with her kids, talking about Catherine said it. Now, is she playing games yet? Is she playing a game? This is the blame game end game. This is the blame game. Meghan is sitting back, blaming her royalness on her. They belong to you. Why would Meghan? Why do you want to destroy something that made you? You were able to talk to Oprah because of them. Am I not? Take the titles. It's time. It is time. King Charles and my subscribers, some of you said, it is time. It is time for him to act. And it is. And it's not because they're retaliating. It's because they do need to be quiet. They do need to shut up. Because none of this, no one cares. No one's even talking about that stuff anymore. No one was talking about it then because we knew it was a lie. We're talking about the two idiots that's running around here playing shenanigans on a dynasty that is building itself. And she keeps trying to knock it down. That's the problem. That's the issue. Not this other kooky-doo. The kooky-doo is her motive.
Compartmentalized
They were
conversations.
concerned that if he were too brown, that would be a problem. Are you saying that?
I wasn't able to follow up with why, but if that's the assumption.
Oh, okay. Whoa! Let's stop there because I wasn't able to follow up why. Why wasn't you able to follow up why? Why? What the hell? Okay. You're on national TV saying that someone in the royal family was racist. And then you tell Oprah that you wasn't able to follow up. Oh no, you were able to follow. This didn't piss me off. You see how I switched it. What is you talking about? You couldn't follow up. Of course you needed to follow up. You needed to force yourself to follow up. Because anytime you get on, and this is for Iman too, anytime you get on national TV accusing someone of racism, you need to make sure it is that, first of all. No, she wrote him 2 years later to discuss it, and I don't believe that. She don't even know the story. She wasn't even there. And when Oprah asked the question, you see her eyes go, yeah, why didn't I do that? And then she tried to think real quick. She was like, Yeah, why didn't I? Well, I wasn't able to follow up. If you are going to accuse me of racism, idiot, you had better come talk to me about it and be sure that it's racism before you tell the world, because that could destroy me. She didn't give a dang. Meghan didn't care. Meghan said on Oprah like the royal family owed her something.
You're making, I think that feels like a
No.
That if he were too brown, that would be a problem. Are you saying that?
If he was too brown, listen to this. If little Archie was going to be too brown, then it was going to be a problem. Okay, what was the problem going to be? She said that it wasn't going to get the titles. So Harry came back and told her this, honey, this don't even sound right. Check it out, because this is the story. Honey, Meghan, this was before the marriage and everything. My father, King Charles, and Catherine wanted to know what color the baby's hair was going to be and what color skin color it was going to be. I'm going to say it how it was said. They were joking to see what the baby would look. But no, I'm going to say it how she was saying it. King Charles and Camilla comes up to Harry and says, if the baby's, what color is the baby going to be, Harry? Is the baby going to be brown or light brown? I don't know. Well, if it's darker, that's going to be a problem. Listen to the story. And I'm going to be Harry. What do you mean it's going to be a problem? Well, if his skin is too brown or whatever, I don't think we're going to be able to give them titles because it's not going to look right. Catherine chimes in. Yes, Harry, I'm just telling you I agree with Charles on this. If the baby is too brown, it probably wouldn't look good if they had titles or security. And Meghan, this is what they're telling us, okay? Meghan writes that down in the book. Didn't go to Charles, didn't ask anybody, who was having the real conversation. She said nothing. Then she gets on Oprah show and tells us this.
I think that would be very damaging.
What?
Let's just hear what she said again.
We live in an age where grievances are given the benefit of the doubt, where
We're
the
gonna walk through
establishment
what
is
she's
toxic
really
by
saying
default,
to us,
where
so
my
we're
truth
clear.
apparently means more than the truth. They knew the power their words would hold, and many people across the world took their words at face value. Now, almost 3 years on, Britain is still dealing with the fallout from this.
And also concerns and conversations about how dark his skin might be.
Concerns and conversations about, she's put an S on there. Harry tells us it was one time and he never wants to hear about that conversation again. And he laughs about it because he knows it's not true. But it was one conversation. They can't get their story straight. But it was concerns. What kind of concerns? That's why I would have asked her. What kind of concerns? That if it's too dark, they're not going to get the titles or the security?
He's born.
What?
What? About how dark your baby is going
How
to be?
dark?
Potentially, and what that would mean or look like.
So if Archie's really dark, what would it look like? And the potential, what it would look like? What issue it would be?
Hold up.
There's
Wait a minute.
There's several conversations.
There's a
about it.
conversation
Another
with
lie.
you
With Harry.
Not with her.
about how dark your baby is going to be?
Potentially, and what that
Potentially. What's
would mean or look like.
potentially and what that mean and what it would look like? What mean and what would look like? What? Huh? Huh? What? That ain't making sense. Okay, let's go.
And you're not going to tell me who had the conversation?
I think that would be very damaging to them.
But
Okay.
you told us.
Compartmentalized
There was
conversation.
lied.
that if he were too brown, that would be a problem. Are you saying that?
I wasn't able to follow up with why.
She wasn't able to follow up with why. But you thought it was a good idea to get on the Oprah show and tell us.
But if that's the assumption you're making, I think that feels like a pretty safe one.
No, none of this is safe. Go on.
You may recall that I lost my previous job for responding to these claims by saying I didn't believe a word of it. Well, Harry and Meghan have never provided.
Piers Morgan lost his job for saying that Meghan was lying. I wrote to them and I told them, I said, I'm disappointed in you firing him over this. This was stupid. I agreed with him.
Any evidence for that highly incendiary claim. It's not like they haven't had the chance to. After all, they pumped out 6 hours of self-indulgent bilge on Netflix, trashing Britain and the press for its racism.
Had plenty of
Didn't
time.
mention what they said on Oprah. Harry wrote 150,000 words of family-bashing poison in his memoir Spare and told the TV studios to promote it.
All of that. Never explain that moment. Never explain that. Go ahead, Piers.
It didn't mention what they'd said to Oprah Winfrey. Meghan had a 12-part podcast on Spotify. Didn't mention it either. It's like
No.
it never happened.
No
Like it
racism.
disappeared.
It went away.
Clearly, neither of them gave a damn about royal protocol or family privacy. In fact, they built a whole industry around violating their own privacy
No, it's okay for them to do it. It's really okay.
and that of their relatives. Instead of backing up those claims,
They won't. This is the kicker. They want privacy, but they won't give nobody else it. We want privacy. We want privacy. That's that stupid stuff. You want privacy, but you're making up stuff. Not only are you invading people's privacy, but you are making it up as you go.
racism on their relentless publicity tour. Harry did a sort of strange U-turn, didn't he? A few months ago. Tried to pretend they never said them. It was us. It was the media.
In the Oprah interview, you accuse members of your family of racism. You don't even...
Really?
Well,
The British press said that.
right.
Did Meghan ever mention?
Oh my God. The interviewer just was like, no. He was so confused. He was like, Harry, you know your wife and you have said that your family was racist. You saying it now. Look, you put it in the book. Then you want to pretend like it leaked by accident, like we stupid. Okay, we just stupid. Okay, we dumb. They wanted us to know. They've been wanting us to know so bad. And Meghan finally found the idiot to get it out. And Meghan said, I'm going to name Catherine. She hates her. She hates when Catherine is being praised or her popularity and how great she's doing and stuff like that. She can't stand it to the point she thought, oh, I'm going to say that Catherine said it. You just messed up. I really do think that she messed up, and I'm going to show you why.
They're racist.
She said there were troubling comments about
There was
his skin
concern about his skin colour.
Right. Wouldn't you describe that as essentially
That's
racist?
Not having lived within that family.
Took him 2 years to do that U-turn. 2 years of the royal family are a bunch of racists flying around the world. I was in America through all that period, and they all believed it because it had appeared on Oprah. Then he says, I never meant to say anything about racism.
No.
What are you talking about? It's the beastly media.
No, that's
Well, now
changing.
Harry and Meghan's lick-spittle client journalist Omid Scobie, the man who lied about his age, said he was 33 when in fact he was 38, a bit older now, said he never used private jets and then got reminded of an Instagram picture of him the week before he denied that this week,
Well, he's
showing
in
him
good
on a
company.
private jet.
They all liars, so there you go.
The man who said that I have regular phone calls with Queen Camilla. Regular phone calls. Never had one phone call with Queen Camilla in my entire life. I'd like to.
He said
She doesn't
ever.
Well, Scobie is back with a spiteful, lie-filled new book that's poured fuel on the flames. He says that Meghan wrote private letters to King Charles, naming 2 royals who she accuses of taking part in those supposedly troubling conversations about Archie's skin colour.
How does he know that?
Scobie initially said he knew the names but couldn't legally report them. But of course,
He knows.
he could have done outside of the UK. He could have done it in
I bet Meghan was like, put Catherine's name. No, put Camilla. No, at first it was Camilla. Then Meghan changed it to Catherine somewhere along the way because she saw Catherine being popular. She hates her. This is what this is all about. Pure hatred. I mean, hate. Can you see it? Catherine? I went in there. I joked about it yesterday. I was like, I guess she gonna name Catherine. I think I joked about it. That was a joke. That was a joke. But she named her. This girl, predictable. Listen, tell your friends, follow me. If you want to know about the Meghan crapola, check me out.
America if he wanted to. When the book is published, he could have done it anywhere. But he said he never names names, which is another of his lies. And yet overnight they were sensationally revealed, suddenly, out of nowhere, in the Dutch version of Scobie's book. Journalists had been sent copies and the book was briefly on sale in bookstores before being suddenly...
What I find interesting is Piers Morgan was the only one that came out and said it. Why the heck was they waiting to tell us the second name if they knew it? Like Kinsley was on something earlier and they couldn't say it. Say it. It was in a book. We can know now. It's public information. We don't want to get sued or nothing. No, they want us to know. Meghan wants us to know bad. That's why they put it in the book and accidentally, because you don't accidentally put a name in a book. Either it's there or it's not. And a copy at some point had it on there. They wanted us to know. Quit dangling that. Tell us. It's over. Meghan wants us to know really, really bad. If she could, she would just hold it up like this. Catherine, it's Catherine's fault. She ran me away. She was the mean one. She's off put. I'm surprised. I'm not reading the book, but did he? I may have to get the book to just see how bad he did go in on Catherine. Because I got that piece. What else did he say about Catherine? He wants us to get the book. That's the plan.
Scobie initially said it was
a
translation error. It didn't really make any sense because how do you mistranslate names? They're either there or they're not.
Because they think we stupid.
Publisher now says
Cheers.
It wasn't translation, it was simply an error. But how did that error happen? How is there an entire different version appearing in a Dutch edition of this book? The consequence of that error is that millions of people online around the world
there it is.
now know the royals are again being implicated in what I think is a completely baseless claim of inferred racism.
It is.
There is again massive speculation about who the people are who were supposedly making comments about Archie's skin colour, which is incredibly unfair to all the royal family. They've all been tarred with this brush now for years. Well,
She doesn't care. Meghan doesn't care. She doesn't care about their feelings. She doesn't care about their mental health. All she cares about is trashing him. She knows that she is friends with him. And if she was remotely cared or was sensitive to their feelings, she would have told Omid Scobie, please don't write about that. And if you do, don't put my name on it or whatever, or I'm suing you. No, Meghan wanted us to know. Trust me. That's why she hasn't came out with a statement. Kinsley thinks she can talk to... Kinsley thinks she can talk through Meghan like me through the screen. No, honey, she ain't listening to you. She said Meghan needs to come out with a statement and denounce that. Da 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 da. Now, Meghan did do something that she said. She came out with a statement about the veterans. No, about what was going on over there with the war. Ooh, poor people. I'm going to talk about that one day. But no, Kinsley, I forgot what I was saying. That was a big dip. No, she's not listening to you. And it's too late because now she's had plenty of time to come out with a statement. She knows what we're talking about. She is not stupid. She always looking at the media. She is the media. It's glued to her nose. And I heard that she has accounts set up in her name out there. I believe it to see what people are saying. It ain't doing her no good. She ain't listening. She is not. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, I may need to rewind it just a little bit. Usually,
The people are who were supposedly making comments about Archie's skin colour, which is incredibly unfair to all the royal family. They've all been tarred with this brush now for
it's all unfair to them. Meghan talks about how they didn't help her and they wasn't there for her. But look how you're treating them. That doesn't give you the right to treat people this way because they didn't do what you wanted them to do. It's no excuse for it. No matter how many times you say it and how you say it, this that you're doing is not good. Michelle Obama checked you. She said, trying to tell you, Meghan, stop it. But Michelle, she can't. Maybe ring-a-ding her up and say, what is you doing? Because she's messing with governmental things to me. Because they have worked hard to build up their reputation, like Piers Morgan said, to build up their reputation from the first debacle hit from Meghan and Harry on the Oprah show. Now they are using Omid Scobie to redig it up. Why, Meghan? So you can tear them down again so they can have to start all over to fix it. No, it's you that has to start all over because it's back at you. They are not talking about the racism and what Oprah said a little bit. They are talking about you and Harry and your conduct and your behavior and this pettiness that you and Harry cannot get away from. And WME can't be stupid. They have to know that it's you. And everybody believe that it's you. Because how does Omid Scobie know about the letters? What were you trying to do? Prove that it's true? This is your legacy, Meghan. This is your legacy. It won't be the Sussex squad part. When they write history, they are not going to write this.
years.
No,
bills
she
are
doesn't
again
care
being
about King
implicated.
Charles. She didn't care about the coordination. She wasn't there by her husband's side to support the Commonwealth after she lied and said, use me. I'm here to do anything that you want me to do. She didn't do anything that she said she was going to do. And then she attacked those that do. Anne and Sophie and Catherine and William and Charles. Why are you attacking the people that are doing good? They are doing good. They are working for the people. And she comes along with her jealousness self and tries to tear it down. It shouldn't work. When I'm saying that is that when she does do this, people do see it and some people believe it. And that's the nasty part about it. And that's why Piers Morgan is disappointed because it's out there again. And now she's named someone. How dare you point the fingers and you wasn't even in the room? And who can trust Harry? So she's getting it from a third party. You got what your husband said, and then now you're trying to figure out what they said. You didn't care because you said it on the Oprah show that you didn't bother to check. You didn't bother to see what was said, which was the most important thing that you should have did, especially when you're talking about racism, because it is something huge, as you can see. Listen, let me tell you something. There's buzz everywhere. Not just regular news. Every news outlet is talking about this book, this stuff now. That's how I know she has hit a button. And the backlash can't be good. New York Times, Sun has came out and said something. They're rehashing this. The Oprah thing is coming back up. I don't see this being good for her because people see the good that Catherine's doing. And what they're going to do is look at Meghan and wonder, why are you constantly talking about her? And then how does Omid Scobie know that Catherine did that? Oh, he got the letters from Meghan. I don't understand how the people in Celebrityville deals with her. I would not be your friend. I don't care. I don't care. I would not be her friend. She's scary. She can't be trusted. Honestly, if she would do this to those that are, it's like a traitor. If she would do this to the people that she loved, why does she care about you strangers? Because you're a celebrity? No, Kelly Rowland, watch your back. Talking about she's already royalty. No, the hell she's not.
In what I think is a completely baseless claim
And let me tell you
of
something.
inferred racism.
It's gonna get buzz. Piers Morgan is talking about it. His friends over here in the United States that's on these news stations is gonna want to know the Scoopy-de-doop, and he's gonna tell them.
There is
I need to be on Piers' show. Okay? Let's advocate for Piers Morgan show. Morgan show.
again massive speculation about who the people are who were supposedly making comments about Archie's skin colour, which is incredibly unfair to all the royal family.
And the
they've all
British
been
people.
tarred with this brush now for years. Well, I'm going to end all this nonsense because, frankly, if a book is on the streets in Holland, available to Dutch people, containing names of
Right.
Omid Scobie, the lickspittle scribe for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, the man who you may remember denied they had any involvement in the last book, and so did Meghan. Do you remember? No, nothing to do with it. And then in court,
It had nothing to do with finding freedom. Oh no. Then come to find out she did. She was given information to the aide, and the aide was given the information to Omid Scobie. That's exactly what's going on now. She's got someone in Hollywood helping her get the word to Omid Scobie about Catherine and King Charles. They ain't even talking about King Charles as much as they talking about Catherine because they know it's a lie. They know that Catherine wouldn't do anything like that. We do.
many months after the book was published, under oath, she had to admit she had emailed her aides
Can I
briefing
put-
notes
oh,
when they
Catherine's-
met
oh.
Scobie. So she was one of his
My title is going to be, Meghan has named Catherine to be her racist. That's my title.
primary sources on that first book. Now again, we're being told she had nothing to do with this, and maybe she didn't. And maybe we should be believing
Maybe my butt. Let me go back to
his primary sources on that first book. Now again, we're being told she had nothing to do with it. Years. Well, I'm going to end all this nonsense.
Come on.
Because frankly, if a book is on the streets in Holland, available to Dutch people, containing names that Omid Scobie, the lickspittle scribe for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, the man who you may remember, denied they had any involvement in the last book.
There we
So
go.
did Meghan. Do you remember? No, nothing to do with it. But then in court, many months after the book was published, under oath, she had to admit she had emailed her aides briefing notes for when they met Scobie. So she was one of his primary sources on that first book. Now again, we're being told she had nothing to do with this, and maybe she didn't.
No, we're not even gonna play that maybe game. Meghan did it. This is funny. Piers Morgan didn't say anything about Harry. He said Meghan. He knows that she did it. And listen to this conversation. We're not talking about anything other than Meghan. Piers Morgan is talking about Meghan. He's not really talking about Harry too much. He is accusing Meghan of talking to Omid Scobie and saying that it was who he's gonna name. He just accused her, and it is true. It is her. Maybe it's not her. Maybe my, no. It is her. Period. She hates Catherine. I see it now. Wow. It's bang with a boom. For her to conjure this up after it's been buried and dead, you have decided that she wanted this to get out so bad. She wanted this to get out so bad. That's why the book got leaked. That's why it was an error, because that would be the only way we would know. They were hoping and begging. They couldn't wait for them to notice it. No, Meghan ain't saying nothing. She's quiet as a mouse. That's unusual. She was quiet with the Oprah thing too. Why are you quiet? She liked this fire, and then she runs. Meghan takes the match, pour the gasoline. Yeah, there's a book. They're bad royals, bad royals. Charles said the bad racist comment. Then she take the match, and Catherine was there too. And then she go running. Where are you? You were missing in the spare book. You were missing with the Oprah. You're missing with the docu-series. She going hiding. No, what you hiding for? Where's the Pat moment? Where is she? You couldn't turn your head and not see Meghan. Everywhere, every day, she was popping up. Now she ain't got nothing to say, and now she ain't nowhere to be found. I'm just saying. Okay.
Omid Scobie, when he says he did not ever write these names down in any draft of his book. It just somehow popped up in the Dutch version of the book.
Oh, magically delicious. Magically delicious. You gotta laugh from crying. Magically delicious. It just magically appeared.
How? I've written 10 books, I think it is now.
Because it magically appeared.
I've never had a version of my book pop up in a foreign edition that contained unbelievably damning allegations about two of the most famous people in the world, and I had nothing to do with it and didn't know how it got there, and nor did anybody else. How does it get there, Omid? Surely you as the author, I mean, you must be furious, right? You must be demanding.
Yeah, wouldn't you be pissed off? Shouldn't he be upset that he could be considered in a lawsuit? Omid Scobie, wouldn't you sue that person and because you're about to get sued? No, he's just playing that game. I don't want to be sued, so I didn't divulge that. Knowing that he did, knowing that he left that name in that book on purpose, now he wants to pretend like he don't know nothing about it. Him and Meghan. No. Harry. Hello. This would be the time if he needed a reason to leave her, this would be a good reason. The lying, the conniving, unless he's in on it, which would be worse. Like, come on with the shenanigans. Can we take this seriously? But this is the thing. She's playing with people's lives. It's not jokey when you're talking about someone that is in power, that needs to maintain their reputation. And then you have someone that don't even know who she is, constantly attacking that reputation for their own personal vendettas for no other reason. Because the racism thing has been debunked. So that's out the door. But the fact that Meghan is still talking about Catherine the way she's talking about her, that's the problem. That's the danger. Like, this woman is seriously has a vendetta against Catherine. Because Everybody knows Catherine didn't say nothing.
Heads roll. And you want names, don't you? Ironically. Omid, about who did this to you? Who besmirched.
And here's the kicker, Meghan. What the things that you do to other people are just straight up, flat out, down evil. You wouldn't want no one doing this to you. So why would you do this to the people that made you famous? Why would you do this to those people that you know Harry is trying to connect back with? I'm sure he is, but his wife won't let him. Let's talk about that for a second. Harry is trying to get, unless he was lying and faking it, pretending like he wanted to get in, back with his family because he knew this book was going to come out. They always pretend like it's the same game over and over and over with Meghan. She doesn't have a new story, and people are seeing that. And this is what I do think. I think that her popularity is dwindling so bad that she needs Omid Scobie to keep her alive, even if it's controversial. I do believe that because she feels like no one's paying attention to her. I don't know why, but if it has to be a reason why she was okay with doing all of this. It blows my mind. And WME was on a path of getting her a few more people to be on her side until this moment. There was something else I wanted to say, but I went too deep. Hold on. My bottom line thing was this, Meghan wants people to treat her a certain kind of way, but look how the way she treats people, as if they're not equal to her and she's better than them. And then she blames them for the things that are self-inflicted. Self-inflicted. You married Harry, okay? You decided you wanted to be in this family. You knew that before that whatever you call. But then you marry him anyway, and you use it as leverage to make money and to blackmail the royal family and to trash Catherine and try to debunk her as she is going to rise. Now that she's not already up there. But what type of woman are you that would do these kind of despicable things to a human just because of your own personal stuff that's going on up there?
Your reputation as an author? I would, Omid. I want to know right now.
He doesn't care. Omid doesn't care. He's in bed with them. Not literally, but it's my picture. He's right there. And he's wrapped up into it. And he's going off the Sussex squad. He's going off of, this will make me famous. No, it'll make you famous in the worst kind of way. Being used. And maybe later he's going to come back out and start lying on Meghan, talking about how he was used. You can't trust him. I don't trust him. It's funny how she does.
I was trying to convince the world that I had nothing to do with it myself. And I'd never, ever put these names in writing. And maybe some lawyer had come along and told me not to. I mean, that couldn't possibly have happened because you've given us your word. And as I've established so far in this monologue, your word is your bond.
Your word
should be
is your
taken
bond.
as sacrosanct.
No.
Well, I'm going to cut through all this crap.
You keep lying.
I'm going to tell you the names of the two senior royals who are named in that Dutch version of the book. Because frankly, if Dutch people wandering into a bookshop can pick it up and see these names, then you, British people, here.
Did he say the names? Anyway, Catherine and King Charles. Those are the two that Meghan has named. Now, I'm going to cut this video and we're going to go to another one. I hope you enjoyed this one. I want to do one more video and I don't want to make the video too long. So we'll jump on over. See you in a second. Kisses. Don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment.